just got to the first spot on this West Coast tour trip. I'm going to try to get some perch, and I'm going to use that as shark bait. Not many people know that fresh caught perch is amazing shark bait. So the plan is just to use some Berkeley Gulp sandworms. Got a Carolina rig with a size 6 hook and my salmon steelhead trout rod. So I'm going to get a few perch hopefully right now. The tide is an incoming tide right now, and that's the perfect time to hit up these sharks. A lot of people ask in the comments, where can I catch sharks? Where can I catch rays? Well, almost any bay you can catch sharks or rays. San Francisco Bay, Tamales Bay. But once you do catch one, you'll know that they're there, and you can always go back to that same spot. No matter what kind of fish you catch, always try to remember what tide it was that day, incoming, outgoing, and what time of the day it was. So when you come out again, you can try to replicate that action. Obviously it's fishing, so nothing is guaranteed, but just it's all about patterns. So try to find the patterns and try to find what's working and try to duplicate that in the future. Here's a quick little tip about reading the beach. When it's low tide, it's the best time to find what structure is underneath the water, where the water line usually is. Now, usually this sandy area right along here, that's the only part that's usually exposed. And all this rocky area, that's usually covered with water. You normally never see that. So you can do the same thing if you go out to a sandy beach, all sand. You can see where the troughs are and where the rips are at low tide. If it's a 0.0 or lower, it's a great opportunity to go out there and just scout out. So when it is high tide, you can fish those areas. You'll have a lot more success there because there's structure there. There's one. A little barred surf perch. So all I need is a few of these guys, and that'll be perfect for bait. Now if I can catch a couple bigger ones, I can have that for lunch too. So from the little bit of research that I've done, I know that you can catch pretty much the same type of fish throughout the entire West Coast. So I know there'll be perch along the Oregon coast, Washington coast. I know there's rock cod, lingcod, similar fish like that. One thing I'm curious about is if on the jetties up north, if there's still going to be those monkey face eels. I don't see why not, but we're going to find out in a couple days. There's a little guy. I'm not going for any monsters. All I want is bait for them sharks. I think I got a little one. Found a little tiny perch hole right here. Such shallow water. All right, that's 2 perch. That's enough for bait all day. I'm only going to be fishing for sharks for about an hour or so. So I'll try to catch another one. And if I don't use that as bait, I'll just eat it for lunch later. Well, the first thing that I'm going to do is get this shark rig set up so I can put this perch on here. And I'm going for sharks. Now, they don't need to be barbless hooks that you use, but I'm using sturgeon rigs, which have to be barbless, just because I'm going to release these leopard sharks, or stingray if I catch one. Now, you don't have to use a steel leader when you go for these sharks. Like a 50 or 60, 65 pound test mono leader will work just fine. Never had anything break on me like that. But if you want that extra little security, then a steel leader will give that to you. It'd also be stronger because these sharks, they can get up to six feet long. So that's all there is to it. Just got my slider on here, sturgeon rig, putting a 5-ounce pyramid weight so it'll try to stick in that sand so it won't flow with the current. And since it is barbless, I'm going to be holding my pole, so in case I do get bit, it won't have any opportunity for that shark to spit that hook. There's my perch right there. I'm going to use a good sized chunk for bait. So I'm just cut off the entire head, and that's going to be my piece of bait right there. All right, first cast with the perch head. I'm going to chuck it right into the middle of the channel where it's deepest. One time I was out here talking to this one guy, and he told me he was just off doing his own thing on the rocks. Next thing he knows, he looks back in the water and he sees a pole being pulled straight across the water, and it's his pole, and he's got a shark on the line. So they're strong, they're powerful for sure. There it is. There's a shark. There it is. Oh, I lost him. I lost him. Damn. Ah, I spit the hook. Shoot, had him. I got the hook set, but just came right out. Damn. It's trouble with these barbless hooks. Ah, been waiting 45 minutes for that bite. Damn. All right, full focus this time. Oh, there's one. There it is. There it is. I want to keep as much tension on this rod as I can, or else he'll spit that hook out. Feels like a little shark. All right, there he is. Let's give him a measure real quick. Oh man, my ruler's not long enough. All right, there's 36. 50 inches, 36 and 14. 50-inch shark right here. All right, I'm gonna get that barbless hook out of its mouth. All right, these need to be 36 inches to keep. I'm gonna put them back in the water in 1 second, but people told me that back in the day, these old Chinese restaurants used to catch these leopard sharks and cut little circular holes in them and sell them as scallops. I guess they taste just like scallops. I've never tried them myself, but I'm gonna let this guy go right now. Such a fun fight, and it's a little bit more exhilarating when you know you got that barbless hook. All right, the bite might be on right now, so I'm gonna try to catch another one. If I don't get bit in about 10-15 minutes, then I'll start cooking some perch. Uh-oh, uh-oh, there it is. Oh man, this one's bigger than the last one. I was really putting this reel to the test. It's a Piscifun Stone ST40, by the way. Oh, he's swimming right towards me. I'm surprised he's not making a run for it. Oh. Now I like this reel a lot compared to that Penn Battle 4000 that I had in the past. This one really holds up strong. It's been my surf reel for almost a year now. Anyway, I was saying that Penn Battle 4000, I think it has like an 18-pound drag, but this thing has like a 23 or 26-pound drag. For such a small reel, it's a beast handling these sharks. It's a lot easier to get these hooks out now that I've got barbless. That's 2 sharks in 15 minutes. Barely hooked him too. See how dark this one is compared to the others? They feel so cool. Their skin is like sandpaper. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gills, and their eyes kind of have another cover on them, kind of like a cat. Really cool shark. Really cool shark. There is so much meat on this. If you were to catch one, minimum size needs to be 36 inches. That is so much meat. Oh, another thing, they pee through their skin. So if you do catch one and you want to do a catch and cook, make sure you bleed it first, gut it first, or else it'll secrete ammonia through its skin. So that's one thing that I'm a little iffy about doing a catch and cook with these guys. Man, all those fish were caught on that one little perch. You know that little tiny perch I caught? It was the head and 4 pieces. That was my 5th or 6th bite. 4th fish landed, all on that little perch. So one little perch like that is going to catch you a lot of fish. You know, I think I completely forgot to mention what this trip is even about. So it's a West Coast tour trip, starting in San Francisco, and I'm ending in Washington. I'm driving up Highway 1 and stopping at about 5 or 6 spots along the West Coast. I've never been past Mendocino, like I said earlier, so I'm going up north, fishing Washington, Oregon, the Umpqua River. I'm going to be doing some trout fishing, hopefully some salmon fishing. We're going to be fishing the jetties, maybe some steelhead. I mean, maybe. This is all possibilities. I don't have anything set in stone right now. It's all kind of going to be spontaneous as I travel up. But it's kind of be a catch and cook tour kind of thing. So my next stop is Mendocino, where I should be able to get some rockfish. And if the tide is low enough, I'll get some abalone. So that's on the next episode coming up. Hopefully I'll be posting these consecutively, one after another, within a two-week time frame. Now I know in my last video I said that I was going to go do a catch and cook on the boat by myself, and I did go on the boat by myself. I caught a few fish, but the weather turned for the worse. I just couldn't stay out there, so it was a failed attempt. I did go out there, however. Here's some proof. But this perch is looking really good. That butter is frying up nicely. I got this waft of buttery smoke flowing over me to absorb into my clothes. Now I'm going to eat straight out of this pan, but I'm not going to eat all that butter. That's a little too much butter. So I'm using a little salt, pepper, and garlic. That's it. Kind of fried in butter. And it has this nice brown skin on it. See, it flakes right off the bone just like that. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay. I'm going to try to get all the meat in here. Look how it just comes right off the bone. And then you want the whole other side, just one big fat piece of meat. You just peel the bone back. Look at that. See that spine? Ribs and everything are off. And you can peel back the meat on the other one. And it should come right off the rib cage. Just peel it right off the rib cage. And once you do that, you can peel from the tail and peel that spine right out. You don't waste any meat like you would with a fillet. All the meat comes off the bone. Just like I said, you can eat the tail just like a chip. Take that dorsal fin off with all the bones in there. All right, so that's 2 fish right there. That's a good amount of meat. It's probably at least 25 grams of protein right there. Now that's avocado. So one reason why I like avocados so much, they are good with a little bit of salt, but they just give you so much energy. They're just full of fat. Your body burns that energy, that fat real slow. All right, I got some salsa too. I forgot my fork, so I'll just use this piece of foil. It reminds me of my trout video. All right, let me tell you, this might not look the best, but it tastes amazing. Piece of fish, some salsa, and avocado. That's the perfect lunch right there. Fish skin included. One thing I got to thank is anybody who supported me on Patreon. I know I only made one announcement that I even had a Patreon page. Most of you don't even know about it. But anybody who has contributed money to that, or anybody who's bought t-shirts from me, or snares from the past, or even just watched these videos, you are the reason why I'm able to even go on this West Coast tour, take time off and make videos and post them online. So just all the support from all around is just overwhelming and amazing, and I cannot thank you enough. Being out here, enjoying these meals, making these videos, and hopefully you get some entertainment out of it. Maybe you learn something too. So anyway, I don't even care if you hit that like button or not. Just as long as you keep supporting me, I'll keep making these videos. So, headed out now. Finish this meal and we'll be on the road.
What's an out-of-state license cost in
I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to stop at some, and Oregon too, I don't know.
You know what? I think I checked 2 people here in my career, and the other person was from Washington.
Oh, yeah?
Now you're telling me you're going up to Washington. Well, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Have fun up there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just got checked by Department of Fish and Game. First time that ever happened here. But all legit, all good, so headed up to Washington now.